Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. So I am very excited for today's episode, mainly because this is in fact the first video I am recording on the new PC. Now, if all has gone according to plan, there is actually a new series of Valhelsia, another Minecraft mod pack out on the channel, so hopefully you're seeing those in your sub boxes, and I've most likely talked about the new PC in those videos, so I will keep it short here, but those are the specs in the top right corner if you are interested. It's taken me a long time to set everything up and move everything over, but it is well worth it because everything is so much smoother and faster and just generally better. So thank you guys for sticking with me and continuing to watch the videos despite the horrible lag of times as I experience a lag spike. Computer, what are you doing? Don't do this to me. Yeah, it's been pretty bad recently, but should be a lot smoother from here on out. So exciting, yay! Now, the second thing that I'm excited for is, well, it's actually kind of a sad thing at the same time. This is going to be the final episode we do here in this village before we move elsewhere in the world and make a new one from scratch. So I've actually got quite a lot of stuff to get done today. So there are really four main things we've got to do today. The first one is seeing if we want to add any more buildings or structures of any kind. The second one is more landscapey builds, so like ponds or waterfalls or anything like that. The next thing we'll have to do is add in all of the pathways, which I am very excited to get done. Not so excited to actually do, that will probably take me quite some time. And then the last thing we've got to do is add in all of these custom trees and bone meal and flowers, which is probably going to take even longer. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a grind today, I think, but I don't see why we can't get everything done. I just now need to have a think of what builds we actually want to do, because there isn't exactly a whole lot of room left. My rough layout hasn't exactly gone to plan. I kind of ran out of blocks halfway through, but I'm thinking we build some sort of market stall over here. I'm just trying to think of how big we should actually make the market stalls, because I kind of want to do them 3x3. It just might be a little cramped if I do that. You can see I'm already kind of running out of room, but we've just got such a big area over here. I feel like we have to utilize it somehow. Okay, so I've just had a necromancer spawn in the village, and I was just going to leave him this time and let the guards do the thing and have another big battle and maybe actually have a successful fight this time. I don't see a necromancer anywhere. I'm going to jump down and have a look. He may have already died somehow. I'm not quite sure how he would have managed that. But yeah, he's not here, and he obviously managed to muster up... Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Some wither skeletons to fight me. But he has disappeared, so I don't know whether he'd still drop emeralds if he... Okay, that answers my question. He died somehow. Well, I'm not going to turn away 23 emeralds. That was probably the easiest of the failed necromancer fights that we've had in this village. Now, usually when I do a build that is suggested by one of you guys, I like to give credit of who came up with the idea, but I have had so many people saying I should build a market stall, I couldn't really just select one person to credit for this, so to all of you who wanted me to build some market stalls, here you go. I hope you like them. It is very bright in comparison to the rest of the village, hence why we're using light grey wool instead of white. Otherwise that would have just been like blinding to the eyes, I think, if I had have done white instead of that. Plus I think the light grey actually looks quite nice. So this is the same design as the merchant stall that we used to have where the well is now, before we made the wagon that is over there, because I really like this design. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I've just got some note blocks around to act as crates and some chests in all of them. I haven't filled them with stuff. I'm not that worried about the immersion to actually go around using all of my items to fill the chests with different things. I was kind of tempted because we could have had like a little fishing one, a little butcher one maybe, and some other things. But yeah, I would say this is quite nice looking. Another suggestion that I get fairly frequently is to build a church or some kind of religious building, and whilst I would love to do that because I could, you know, come up with my own sort of religion for the village, and I think it would be a really fun build, especially the interior, there just really isn't a place to do it anymore. Like, it would be quite a large building, and we don't have that much of an open area unless I was to do it up on top of a mountain somewhere. So I might get to that a bit later on in the episode if I decide to do it, but for now I think we are actually done with the main building part, aside from one little thing that really isn't going to take much time at all. If I just head into the town hall real quick, I can actually show you this. I was going to bust a hole in the wall to save time, but it's not going to take a few extra seconds to run round. So there is, don't worry about this by the way, in the corner, he just falling off stuff. It happens all the time, in case you have never noticed that before. There is actually a token from the architect that we have yet to buy, which is in fact, where is it? Yeah, here it is. It's only 8 emeralds, it is the guard post. So I'm going to actually dot a few of these around the village. Not that I really need to, but I think it would be quite a cool addition. You may have noticed that I built 5 guard posts but only purchased 3 tokens. That is because we've got the tokens on this one over here, the one up by the statue and the one by the bridge over there, but these 2 here I haven't put tokens on, mainly because it would probably be a big waste. There aren't actually that many places I need guard posts. I only really put it on the places that sometimes have mobs laying around them, but I just thought it would be kind of cool having these 2 in the middle here. Maybe I could have built some sort of like archway over here, but I think that would have looked awkward, plus it would have to be on a diagonal, and I can't honestly say I've ever done any sort of diagonal building, so it would probably look quite bad. Anyway, that's all we're going to do for building structures for now, at least. We may return to it later on in the episode, but now we've got to do the waterfalls and the ponds and all that type of stuff, and I haven't really thought too much about what I'm going to do, other than I would like to do something with this bit of land over here. It is way too steep and awkward to build any sort of building on, hence why I'm going to do a waterfall of sorts. I'm thinking I could maybe do like a little pond up here, and then a waterfall going down into another pond, and then a waterfall going down into like some sort of final pond over here. Not sure if that's going to work, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Alright, so this area has been fully transformed. We've got our triple waterfall to pond cascading down here, which looked terrible before I added in all of the bone meal and everything else. Hence why I've just done that, just so, yeah, we can improve how it looks and it doesn't look terrible when I'm showing you guys it. So the source is up in the mountain there. I just sort of dug a few holes back and placed a water bucket down. Added in some mossy cobblestone and some vines to make it look like it's been there for quite a while, sort of eroding the earth around it. And then within the pools we've got some like coarse dirt and gravel just placed around to add a little bit of texture. Some pebbles have been dashed about all over the place, which apparently are interactable. That's not a word, is it? Interactive, there we go. And yeah, just some flowers everywhere. Did I mention the stalactites? I don't think I did. Yeah, so we've got some stalactites hanging from the ceiling here, which I don't know if that's technically what we'd call them because it's not within a cave. I don't see why they can't be stalactites if they're out in the open like this, but I think they look pretty cool, so I am very happy with this. We also have this naturally spawned in waterfall over here. What I've done is pretty much just add in the pond as well as all the cobblestone and mossy cobblestone to add some little bit of texture variation. As well as this waterfall by the jail, which was also here from the very beginning. I once again have just added in some water below it so it's not just flowing all over the grass, and added in some coarse dirt, gravel, some pebbles lying around to make it look somewhat pretty. The same goes for this as it does for the buildings. If I think of something to add, I will return to it later on in the episode, but for now we are done with all of the waterfalls, ponds, etc. Those hearts are very loud, I don't even bother picking them up anymore, I've got too many of them. But now we have to move on to the more monotonous tasks of the pathways and adding in all of the trees and bone meal and stuff. And I was thinking the pathways, doing all of them isn't actually going to take that long. It's not really a very complex design, so fingers crossed that shouldn't take up too much of my time. can't exactly say the same for all of the custom trees and everything else, but we're not doing that just now, so don't have to worry about it as of yet. But yes, I'm finally going to do what you guys have been asking for ages. I always have comments saying I should add in the pathways, and for good reason. It's going to make the village look a lot better, so I hope you guys are happy with this. So this 30-second or so time-lapse that you're watching right now took place over the span of just under an hour, which really isn't too bad. I thought it was going to take a little less time than that, but considering how many pathways we actually have, I'd say that's pretty good going. The villagers did, however, keep getting in my way and falling in the holes a little bit, but it wasn't really that much of an issue. I basically just zoned out and watched some videos on the side whilst I broke and placed blocks for basically an hour straight, but yeah, all in all, not too bad of a process, and I'm very, very happy that we've got this done now. I'm not gonna lie, it is really cool seeing the villagers use these pathways I've just created. It really makes it feel like a village, if that makes sense. It adds this cool level of immersion that I think we've been missing this entire time, but I couldn't really do the pathways until all the buildings were in place, hence why I've left it until the very last episode to do this, but yes. Job well done, I would say. And that now brings us on to the final thing left to do. Something I've been putting off for a very, very long time. Building these custom trees all throughout the village and adding in the bone meal and flowers. Now, the bone meal and flowers are going to take virtually no time at all. But the custom trees, I can't really say the same for them. I spoke about how much I dislike making custom trees whilst we did this little area. I can't remember what episode it was in, but I get pretty much zero enjoyment from doing it. I find it tedious and annoying, and I've got a lot to place down, so I'm not really going to enjoy doing this process, but it's something we've got to do. Not sure if I'm going to time-lapse it yet or not. I will have to just see how it goes, and I will probably do it over the space of like a couple of days, honestly, because I think it's going to take me a while. Maybe it'll surprise me and actually be like very easy to do, but I really can't imagine it's going to be. So the trees were actually not the biggest problem with this process. It was in fact the bone mealing, which I really was not expecting. The trees were not too bad actually. I didn't enjoy doing them, but I really didn't mind, at least in comparison to how surprisingly long and tedious the bone meal took with all the flowers. So when you bone meal grass in a mountain biome, you'll get the normal grass as you do everywhere, as well as dandelions and poppies, and a lot of them. Now I wanted a few, but not as many as I was getting, so I'd have to bone meal a piece of land, break the dandelions and poppies, or at least most of them, and then place in all the like 12 flower types that I was using, and you've only got 9 slots on the hotbar, and it yeah, just really kind of makes it difficult to do that, and it took much longer than I thought it would, and yeah, it was not exactly fun to do, but we got it done. Everything is complete and it's looking really nice, especially when you walk around. I'm very excited to show you guys how it looks when you do that. It feels very immersive, so yeah, look forward to that in about half a minute. But I just want to mention real quick, about 2 episodes ago, I think in episode 12, I asked you guys if you were interested in a world download so you could have a look around for yourself, and a lot of you were, so hopefully I have figured out how to do that, and there will be a link to the world in the description for you to download and check out if you would like to do so. Now, I'm not sure where you're going to spawn or anything like that, but the village is at 0, -600, so just go to those coordinates and you should find it. I have been up on this tower now for about 5 minutes, just looking over the village and zooming in on every little detail and seeing now that it's all done and how great it looks, and I'm very happy we've done this. It took a long time, as I said, but it was well worth it. Many skeletons sacrificed their lives for all the bone meal that I had to get for this, and I had to make many trips to the flower forest, but it was all worth it in the end because we've got it all done, and yeah, I think it looks great. It's really quite nice walking around here, as I said. There are certain parts that I prefer to walk around more so, you know, like all through here, and where the pathways are, basically I went a bit more crazy with the bone meal just so there was more of it. I've probably missed some spots that I haven't noticed just yet, and I'll probably notice after this episode is done. But for the most part I have covered the whole of the main piece of land anyway, So yeah, we're gonna do some shaders action in a little bit and give you guys a bit of a better feel for it. But for now, there are just a couple more things I want to do. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but added some banners up there on the watchtower, which I think looks quite cool. So I had a couple comments last episode, I think, or the episode before, asking if I could show around the storage room just to see what was inside the chest. So you're welcome, or not you're welcome, I will do that. You will be welcome afterwards, I guess. So yeah, they're all quite messy. I don't know how like they're structured in any way. I wish you could kind of like organize them so certain like professions would dump things off in certain chests, but I mean, I'm not really using this. The villagers know exactly where everything is, so I guess I don't really have to know. I got a lot of carrots. A lot of carrots. So many carrots. I don't really know why. I think that was when all the farmers were only harvesting carrots for quite a long time because the carrots were closest to the storage room and they like focused on that the most. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that really isn't being used, and I don't sell to the merchant anymore because, well, I simply don't need to. So the final thing that I want to do real quick is something I've been looking forward to pretty much since we started this village. I want to make a map of it. I love maps in this game. It's one of my favorite features, and I'm very excited to see what this looks like. So we're going to aim for somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I'm fairly certain I'm going to need more than one map. I'll probably need quite a few actually, but we're going to press this here and see what it looks like and see how much coverage we get. So 3, 2, 1. Pretty cool. I don't know how much we've got there. That is the tree farm over there. Pretty much got all of what's over there. Have not got a lot that way, so I'll probably need maybe 3 or so maps. Oh, the market stalls look very cool. This looks so cool. I managed to fit it in pretty centrally within a 6 item frame map, which yeah, I'm very happy with. I thought it was going to be off center somehow, but I put it in the town hall here because well, I felt like it made sense doing that, and it's actually quite difficult to find a spot where this would go. I kind of was looking for a 4 by what is that? 6? No, 5. 4? Yeah, 4 by 5 area, and then the map would be in the middle there, but I don't think I have a single wall in the village that is that open with nothing on. There's actually a window behind this block right here, but I just covered it up. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is super cool. You can see every little detail. There's all the houses over there with the barracks. The waterfall that we built today. You can see all of the little pathways going around. Those are even the guard posts, those 5 blocks right there. The children's playground, the watchtower, the merchant stall, the bridge, the lake, the giant lake with the little fishing hut. That's all of my messy area over there where I plant my trees and have a couple of farms. What else is there? There's the fountain, the market stalls, as I said earlier, our tree farm, my house over there. I have no idea what this is right here. I think it's lava, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, the architecture in the way a little bit. Your big head, thank you. Yeah, it looks really cool. So with everything we've done today, I think I'm finally happy to say that we are finished. I hope you guys enjoyed that little part of the video. I had a lot of fun putting it together. It was just quite nice to see the whole of this village with the shaders and all the villagers doing their jobs, and yeah, it was all quite nice, I think, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm gonna miss this place. It's getting quite emotional. Might cry. No, but yeah, we are actually gonna be leaving here soon enough, and I don't know, this place is special. It helped grow my channel from the little foundation that it had into what it is now, and I really hope you guys are going to continue watching when we start our new village. I have some really exciting plans that I cannot wait to show you guys, and yeah, it's just going to be even bigger and better than Mecklen's Vale. But yeah, we've got to leave this place now, so I think off camera, obviously you guys don't need to come with me on this, you've just seen the whole of the village, but I think I'm just going to have a walk around for a few minutes and maybe say a few private goodbyes to some of the villagers. Cough cough Mecklen. Definitely not favoritism at all. But yeah, I'm just going to walk around and maybe take it all in a little bit. Oh, Mecklen, you are a difficult man to find. I spent too long probably searching through the houses to find you, purely for this clip, but Mecklen, hope you can hear me under all that snoring. I'm leaving the village. I'm putting you in charge. I trust you to not mess everyone up and continue on to be a thriving community, so I pass the reins on to you. You can have my mansion up on the hill. It is all yours, so Godspeed, Mecklen Darlakalia. Godspeed. Well, I guess it's now time to leave, so I've got my elytra on, ready to fly to our new village destination, so thank you guys ever so much for watching this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it and how all of Mecklen's Vale here turned out. I'm really happy with it, so I hope you guys are as well. But yes, thank you for watching this episode. I will see you in the next one, which will be next week as usual. There's not going to be a gap or anything in between. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.